Athens Greece travel guide, top attractions and hidden gems. The Acropolis, gateway to the gods. The Acropolis loomed high above the city, its ancient marble glowing under the harsh Athenian sun. Alex Carter wiped the sweat from his brow as he navigated the winding streets of Plaka, glancing over his shoulder. They were still following him. The note he found in the ruins of Hadrian's library had led him here, a cryptic message scrawled in faded ink about a hidden chamber beneath the Parthenon. But someone else knew about it, and they weren't going to let him reach it alive. He forced himself to walk casually past the bustling cafes and souvenir shops, but his mind raced. The city was alive with the pulse of history, but its secrets were buried deep beneath its surface. A soft chime from his phone buzzed in his pocket. He pulled it out, another message. "Are you ready to see what Athens has hidden for centuries? Meet me at the Temple of Hephaestus." The Temple of Hephaestus, legends in stone. The Temple of Hephaestus stood proudly over the ancient agora, its Doric columns whispering tales of forgotten power. Alex approached cautiously, scanning the crowd. The midday heat radiated off the marble, distorting the figures ahead of him. Then he saw her, Lena, an archaeologist with a reputation for chasing myths. She smirked as he neared. "You found the note," she said. He nodded, slipping it into her hand. "And I'm being followed."
"Of course you are," she replied.
"You're onto something real." She led him through the ruins, past tourists snapping photos, and into the shade of a towering olive tree. "There's a vault beneath the Acropolis," she whispered. "One that hasn't been touched in thousands of years. If the note is right, it holds something revolutionary." A sudden rustle. Alex's instincts kicked in, and he spun just as a figure lunged from the shadows. A knife flashed, barely missing his ribs. He grabbed the attacker's wrist, twisting it hard. The man grunted, dropping the blade, but before Alex could pin him down, he was gone, disappearing into the maze of ruins. Lena cursed under her breath. "We need to move."
"Now?"
The Acropolis Museum, unveiling the past. The Acropolis Museum gleamed under the moonlight as Alex and Lena slipped past the main entrance. Security cameras blinked red, but Lena had planned for this. She led him through a service tunnel, weaving past crates of ancient artifacts. The air was thick with dust and history. "Here," she whispered, stopping before an unmarked stone slab. "This is it." Alex ran his fingers over the cool surface. Carvings lined the edges, an ancient inscription in Attic Greek. He translated aloud, "He who seeks the wisdom of Athena must walk the path of fire and shadow." Lena placed her palm against the stone, pressing firmly. A deep click echoed through the tunnel. The slab trembled, then slid back, revealing a narrow staircase spiraling downward into darkness. Alex hesitated. "Ever get the feeling we're not supposed to be here?" Lena grinned. "All the time." They descended, the air growing thick with age and mystery. At the bottom, the corridor widened into a vast underground chamber. Walls lined with golden relics reflected the flickering torchlight. But at the center of the room stood a pedestal, and upon it rested an obsidian box carved with a symbol of Athena's owl. A low hum vibrated through the chamber. A second later, the floor beneath them shifted, and from the shadows emerged figures in dark robes, their faces obscured by golden masks. Alex clenched his fists. Why is there always a secret cult? The escape, Arch of Hadrian. Alex ducked as the first attack came, a blur of motion and steel. He rolled across the floor, grabbing a fallen torch and swinging it wildly. Lena had already lashed out, sending one of the robed figures sprawling. The chamber rang with the clash of fists and the hiss of flames. One of the cultists lunged for the obsidian box, but Alex intercepted him, driving an elbow into his ribs. The figure staggered, but before Alex could strike again, the cultist twisted, knocking the torch from his hand. Lena reached the pedestal, her fingers closing around the box just as a cold blade pressed against her throat. "Let her go," Alex growled, hands raised. The cultist holding her chuckled. "You have no idea what you found. This knowledge is not meant for the world above." Lena gritted her teeth. "I hate gatekeepers." In one swift motion, She stomped on the cultist's foot, twisting free just as Alex lunged forward. He drove his fist into the man's jaw, sending him crashing into the pedestal. The obsidian box teetered, then fell, cracking open upon the stone floor. A burst of light erupted from within, illuminating the chamber with an eerie glow. Inside the shattered remains of the box lay a scroll, its ink glowing faintly under the ancient torchlight. Lena snatched it up as the cultists reeled from the explosion of energy. Alex grabbed her hand. Time to go. They bolted up the spiral staircase, cultists shouting behind them. As they burst into the museum service corridor, alarms blared through the halls. Security guards flooded in, weapons drawn. Lena shoved the scroll into Alex's backpack.
We split up, she said.
Meet me at the Arch of Hadrian. He hesitated, then nodded. Don't die.
She smirked.
Wouldn't dream of it. As the museum descended into chaos, Alex sprinted into the night, gripping the secret that could change history forever. This thrilling adventure through Athens, blending its top attractions with hidden secrets, is perfect for travel virtual tours, where history and mystery collide. Whether exploring the Acropolis, uncovering lost relics in the museum, or navigating the ancient streets, Athens offers an unforgettable journey into the past.